Just a couple days ago, Six Flags Fiesta Texas announced their new for 2022 project, Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. The roller coaster is a B&M dive machine, something that I was not expecting. The ride stands 150 feet, 2,501 feet of track, 60 miles an hour, 2 inversions, and its claim to fame, a beyond vertical drop. Yes, this will be the first beyond vertical drop on a B&M dive coaster. Riders will be dropped at a 95-degree angle. Watch out, Gerstlauer, because B&M is coming for you. Right off the bat, I gotta say how much I'm digging the name. It's weird, quirky, and sure to resonate with the audience. Over the past couple years, we've seen some more untraditional coaster names like Candemonium, Steel Curtain, Velocicoaster, and now Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. The first surprise of this announcement is B&M. I wasn't expecting Six Flags to purchase a B&M, since the theme park chain has been focusing on less expensive attractions. This is a great sign and means that Six Flags is serious about adding major investments to their parks. Also, this is probably a sign, at least for now, that Six Flags will not be opening a new attraction at every park. I have a feeling that Six Flags will be honing in on a few key parks. This is probably the best approach for now. I mean, why invest into a theme park during a pandemic when your local government might shut you down for an entire year? Without being political and simply looking at the facts, Texas hasn't cracked down like other states, so yeah, take advantage of that and focus on your parks in this southern state. Next surprise is that Beyond Vertical Drop. I always felt it was a matter of time before we got our first Beyond Vertical Drop with a dive coaster, but never would have dreamed it would happen first at a Six Flags park. Like all other dive coasters, the first drop will be the highlight of the ride and should deliver some exciting airtime. The rest of the layout looks rather typical to a dive coaster, featuring the obligatory IMMELMANN immediately after the first drop. The zero-G roll looks similar to the one on Valraven, and the post-mid-course brake run seems a little underwhelming, but I'll talk more on that in a bit. Another surprise is the trains. This will be the first dive coaster to feature 7 passengers per row. I always find it odd going with uneven numbers, dad pun there, and I'm really curious for the reason. Why not go with 6 across like other dive coasters of the size? The announcement gave some weird reason like it will make the coaster more intense, faster, or something like that. Not sure if that's really the reason. I assume it has to do something with capacity. Maybe it's easier to fill 7 seats in a row instead of 8 or 6, I really don't know. Again, as a coaster nerd, I'd love to know the whole thought process behind the new train. And also, will this be a one-off, or will their future models follow suit? Now, because I'm a coaster YouTuber, I have to pick on this attraction, so let's talk about a couple disappointments. First is the location. I don't know the logistics of this, but doesn't this feel like a missed opportunity to not include, the actual cliffside in the park? Six Flags Fiesta Texas is located inside a quarry, meaning the park is surrounded by a giant cliff. Both Superman and Iron Rattler use this quarry wall by climbing up and diving down the side of it. Wouldn't this coaster be that much better if you dove off the side of the cliff? As I mentioned already, there might be a reason why this never came to fruition, but again, feels like a missed opportunity. My next complaint/disappointment, whatever you want to call it, is the layout. The layout looks very similar to past models, and besides from the 95-degree first drop, nothing else screams original. The first half is almost right out of the B&M dive coaster playbook, with IMMELMANN and zero-G roll, a more common inversion as of late. One of the posters lists off all the elements of the ride, and I can't tell if half of them are made up to make the ride sound better or will actually be surprising elements that are forceful. Looking at the poster, everything after the mid-course brake run, we first have a turnaround that's labeled Wild Bank Turn. This seems like fluff naming, but maybe this turn will be different, possibly less banked so riders will experience more laterals, who knows. Next is an extreme airtime hill. Could this mean that the airtime will be really intense, like strong ejector, or just fun marketing? Finally, the ride ends with a helix, but instead it's called a high-speed spiral. This also sounds like a marketing spin, another dad pun, but yeah, will this be an intense gray-out maneuver or just fluff to extend out the ride time? While watching the announcement, they did a couple fake-outs by showing us a preview of the ride, then saying, nope, that's not it, we want to go bigger, steeper, more thrilling, and longer with more elements. But when the final layout was revealed, the only thing that was new was the steeper drop. The dive coaster is actually near the bottom of the list when comparing the height of the first drop. There are other dive coasters that have a shorter first drop, but on average, most are a tad taller. The 95-degree drop is its claim to fame, but saying it's bigger and longer, that's what she said, Dr. Diabolical is somewhere in the middle of the pack. It's longer than some of the original dive coasters, but nowhere in size compared to the Busch Gardens Cedar Fair versions. Now, with that said, I want to make it clear that I really don't care about the ride stats, like being taller, faster, and longer. If the layout is good, those aspects will not matter, and Dr. Diabolical has opportunity here to wow us. That first drop could really blow our socks off. Without sounding like a broken record, the wild bank turn, extreme airtime hill, and high-speed spiral could prove to be more intense than anticipated. But it's just something that we'll have to wait and experience for ourselves to truly know, but that's something I could say about any new roller coaster. Overall, this is a solid new addition for Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger will be a crowd favorite for sure. This will complement the other roller coasters in the park and will make Six Flags Fiesta Texas stand out even more from the other parks in the chain. So, what do you think of Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger? Are you excited for this roller coaster? To be honest, I'm actually more excited for this than I was with Valravn. I mean, that vertical drop really has potential. If you enjoyed this video, please click on that like button and subscribe. That way you continue to get great content brought to you by yours truly, XscreamThrills.